to see if there are any major changes. But we'll, yeah, so we'll try to figure it out as we go. So, Dreamer, second part has been released. Contains the second set of the 6 job masteries. Grandest Instance Sacred Maps improvements. Here's a Maple reorganization. Outfit presets, so you can keep set bonuses while still looking fine and dandy. And the name auction event has returned, so where people can put up their names for sale. And other people can offer and buy them in a legitimate way. Following camera. The terms of service. There we go. And we are also now around 1 month away from the dungeon, which I think is the coolest thing. Could be really cool, could be really messed up. So we'll see what that's like. So we're looking at January 25th, new name auction. But so apparently there was also another test server that came out immediately after. So I'll also try to get to that. So yes, definitive skills here. Oh yeah, I don't know if like going over every single skills. I think so. That's on a control 3, right? So but that went through the same way. Yeah, this is more like a. I'll just cursory go through these. Is that the same animation that they had here? Okay, that looks very similar, yeah. Okay, so like a big smack with a empowerment. So many of these skills that are empowerments have like a stronger version of it every amount of seconds. And one of the big things that they did is they made it so that if it's an empowerment of an existing skill, they made sure that the cooldown reducing effects of the that was part of the original skills, if they were third or fourth job, that wouldn't be able to apply to them when they got augmented into sixth job. So this may inadvertently, and I'm sure there's a lot of theory crafting already going on in classes, in subreddits, and in discords where classes are, well, probably not subreddits, mostly discords, where classes are specifically looking to min-max on their damage when it comes to cooldown reduction and cooldown skip and cooldown hats and stuff like that. Probably with this in mind, some of that meta may change in the same way that the introduction of the Legion artifact will probably have changed, excuse me, the division of like critical rate and the inner abilities as a whole. And on top of that, what we also saw was that a bunch of characters were getting base critical rate adjustments as well. Only no reductions, only increases. So some inner abilities will have changed because of that as well. So if you're looking for long-term inner abilities, make sure you stay up to speed with your class discords. I've made a note as well in my inner ability command that there may be things changing, specifically considering critical rate. But I don't know if cooldown reduction or a cooldown skip, sorry, more specifically, could also be affected by these changes a little bit. Because once you go to 6th job and you augment it, there might be situations where you're like, hey, I would like an inner ability with cooldown skip and not use the 6th job, and it might end up being maybe a little bit better than augmenting it with, or enhancing it with 6th job, but then losing your chance to cooldown skip on it, right? Depending on the situation and how strong you are, there might be multiple situations that you need, and that might bleed over into how many inner abilities you need to make and what the composition of those is going to look like when that hopefully comes from Korea. So that just as like an overarching point about this. Why is there something stuck in my throat? So when you're attacking, giant hammer can come out of nowhere and just be there for a while and just do damage. Dark Knight, big ol' impale. Dark Abidant, so that's another like empowered skill that could activate sometimes. Dark Synthesis, and there's also, you're also going to see quite a bit of passive damage increase for other skills. 1 or 2 were removed from what we saw, but mostly they added a few more, so that, you know, even though you're enhancing some skills or you're boosting an existing skill in terms of just the effect and everything, but you're also augmenting like extra skills that may not even be directly impacted, but they're more like indirectly also boosted. So lot of stuff going on there. I think all the animations are finalized as well. We saw a few animations change between the first and the second Tespia. So it's the haze, the eruption. Ice Lightning's got a shiny big orb. They changed a little bit how it works, where it moves in a straight line. It doesn't fall off platforms. So in some situations it might be better, in some situations it might be worse. Changed the blizzard a bit as well. Bishop saw some nerfs compared to the very first Tespia. Some adjustments, if I remember correctly. Because they seemed really wild in the beginning. This didn't seem to keep in mind how many hits they were gonna do, if I remember correctly. So in the beginning it was when your own attacks create 6 Angel Wing Feathers that deal 620 4 times. And now it's got 6 Angel Wing Feathers to chase enemies for 4 seconds and deal 570% 4 times. So there's a limited time on them. Maybe that makes it more reliable though. And if a single is hit by multiple wing feathers, yes, that was added. The second and later wing feathers final damage would decrease by 50%. So I'm assuming that this was probably overpowering a little bit on bossing, and they mainly wanted this as an extra empowerment for mobbing, and for bossing was probably a little bit overperforming. But it's 4 seconds, so it's going to hit the same target quite a bit. So that was adjusted in that way. Big Bang, I think, was adjusted a bit as well from the original version. Or is it the Divine Explosion, so it's not like augment to the original skill. Oh no, they kept that one pretty much the same. Okay. If you use a gust command, you can only activate Divine Explosion by using skill together with the up arrow. So they've done a few things with skills like this, is that, you know, every 6 seconds or something you have a bigger explosion, you do more damage. But they also made it so that you, if you want to, you can do that manually with an arrow key, so that you can make sure that you can confirm those hits during a burst or on a boss or in a specific situation where you need the extra damage, rather than it just randomly going off. You know, it's very, so differently from, let's say, like the augment on like within the 5th job on like the Kaiser attack, right, where sometimes you just shoot out an extra Draco Surge, or the Shade attack, right, where it becomes a big AoE when you use the green swipe attack. So that augment, that same kind of functionality, but the added functionality that you can, if you want to, lock it behind an extra key input. Then Bowmaster, I think that all went through pretty much. Whoa, wrong key, my bad. Wrong key, more like wrong key. They added. They added that it is for 60 seconds, I guess. Out of that, and it went through the same way. Yeah, so these are the final versions. Piercing with an enhanced piercing and an ultimate piercing. And then the passive effect is sniping 6 damage increased by 60% points. Enhanced sniping, so just increases a whole bunch of damages as well across the board. So again, not just one effect, but also passives that ripple through the entire kit of the character. Cardinal Deluge. Additional Deluge. We got the Night Lord Mark of the Assassin. I believe something changed with these, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, originally it was for 60% damage, but they increased that to 615, which is pretty substantial. It's about a, what is that, 30%? Like a 30% damage increase compared to the beginning, or 30% final damage, right? And then the same thing, I think, for Shadower happened, where they increased the damage, yeah, from 240 to 300. Because I think they were underperforming a little bit on the higher HP monsters from their initial numbers that they did. This animation changed a bit, I think? Or was that not this skill? No, that was not this skill. Asura, I don't think changed much. Nope. Also increases Phantom Blow 6's damage by 106% points. which is very nice. Sea Serpent Burst 6, Sea Serpent Enrage 6 is all there. The Nautilus was it? Nautilus animation wasn't changed, right? No. I don't remember if they changed anything to this guy. Nope, they did not. Captain. Nope, that all went through. Okay. Cannoneer, the extra cannonball augment went through same way. Cannon Bazooka. Oh, Cannon Bazooka lost damage, I think. Yeah, so originally it had Cannon Buster 6's damage increased by 290 percent points. That was just axed completely. But I think they got something else for it in return. The Anchor... Was the Anchor not increased? Oh no, the Anchor was also decreased in damage. From 1250% damage to 790. But there was something else. Oh, it's not in these, but it's going to be in the lower class changes. Where there was a buff for Cannoneer, I think, that is supposed to kind of compensate for that. I think it was the big bullet. Mihal, I think, had their stuff. The damage increased, right? Yeah, quite well. But this is the problem as well. That so they made it so that it's not affected by. It's not mentioned here now, but I believe it's not affected by cooldown skip anymore after the augment. So that could be reason for, if you're using it predominantly for the survivability, that might be, like for mobbing you might want to augment it so it does more damage, but for bossing you might not want to augment it because then you'd have less uptime of it. Or you do it depending on the difficulty of the boss in a different setup with a different inner ability, right? What is Soul Master? It's Dawn Warrior. Soul Master was connected to the skill Styx, which the river Styx is like the river that you have to traverse in the boat with Charon, I think his name is, who is like, that's like the river of the damned souls that you have to cross to get to the underworld. So Styx and your soul and all that was like connected, in that way. But I guess that theme wasn't really connected throughout the rest. I mean, the sun and the moon are seen as like two celestial bodies that like represent more like life and death, I think, because the moon is barren and the sun is like active and gives life and that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Steve, yeah, it's been 3 months. Well, it's been 2 months and a day, right? That's why it seems time is going faster. The third month has just started, has not concluded, but concluded. But thank you for the resub and welcome to the Silver Badge Club. I think this one didn't change. Yep, didn't change. Solar Power, I don't think that changed either. Nope. Oh yeah, what we did see as well, of course, was like a lot of the percentage damage change from the really big skills, right? Because people were capping too quickly. We saw animation change for Blaze Wizard, yes. And a single enemy can only be hit up to a maximum of 10 times was added. Wind Archer damage was increased, I think. Yeah, quite a bit on the skill versus the Tespia. So that's the original Tespia. I'm not comparing to the second one. I'm comparing to the first one now because the first one has the most accurate text description. The second one, because for the second one, Max only does like the updates, like what is specifically different between the two. So there'll be like minor adjustments, but not like a whole. So something changed with the targeting for Ravenous Bats, but damage-wise it stayed the same. Thunderbolt. That changed a bit. 5 times up to 12 enemies. Oh, they made it consume MP now. Okay. In the direction the character is facing. And, oh, it gained the passive effect of lightning strikes. Giant thunderbolt damage is increased by 360% points. It's a nice little extra bonus. Boost and Hunter's targeting. I wrote no knockback, but it's actually no damage. Oh. So iframe. You cancel the skill's end action by using Final Blow, Fenrir Crash, Beyonder 6, a Howling Swing, and Adrenaline Surge's Final Strike during the skill end action. That's nice, so you're not stuck in there forever. The damage increased quite a... No, decreased quite a bit, if I remember correctly, right? But it does 6 shockwave... Instead of 5 shockwaves that deals 650, it does 6 shockwaves that deals 1250. So more initial damage, way more. And then the key down, they took some damage away from that, so there's more confirmed. So instead of 700% damage, up to 25 times, 580 up to 20 times. But then you're invincible for 2 seconds instead of 1 second. That seems like a more workable skill. More reliable on the front end and more iframe on the back end. I'm sure people won't mind that. Okay, seems like all of the Evan changes went through unchanged or unaltered. Yep. Looks the same. Lumi. I don't think there were any changes. Oh, was there a change to the darkness one? Yeah, the damage changed, right? The damage was lowered, but hits more times. So I think in total the damage stayed about the same. But they're probably also adjusting for people maybe capping inside that skill as well. So that's probably what happened there. This one was just straight up buffed compared to Tespia. I think most of the skills were for Mercedes, if I remember correctly. They were all a little bit on the lower end. This got the same cooldown, of course. I don't know why it wasn't there in the beginning. Maybe it was there and we missed it in translation. But they added quite a bit of damage to all of the Mercedes skills compared to the original Tespia. This one stayed the same though, I think. Yeah, extra. Yeah, And this one got the. Didn't this one get a change? No, this one changed the same. Okay. And this one gained more passive on Ishar's marks creation damage and on Ishar's marks completion damage. Quite a bit more. 65% points here, 55% points there. Cornes. And here, re-enhancement cooldown versus cooldown. Yeah, it's just a wording thing. Not too bad. The Phantom skills changed quite a bit. I think... there wasn't a reasoning there, but I think the reason they changed it quite a bit is because they didn't want people to feel like they had to change how they played Phantom. So it's mainly the second stab that was changed a lot. So instead of it just... Basically, there were 2 modes for Mille Aiguille. It was like either just the continuous one, or it was one where you do bursts of attack. And the burst of attack one seemed so strong that it was making Phantoms feel like they had to change how they play their character. So instead of it doing 1120% damage 8 times and up to 10 enemies, they changed it to 670% damage up to 6 times on 7 enemies. So just, slightly weaker. Maybe the initial one was just like way too OP. I mean, this is like 10,000 damage on 10 enemies. It's 100,000 damage per stab, potentially. And that goes down to like, what is it, 4,000 on 7 enemies. So down to 28,000 damage. So like 72% nerf. Spirit Frenzy was changed a little bit. So 384 5 times up to 10 enemies. It was 270, but you hold the key down for up to 4 seconds, dealing 270% damage 5 times up to 10 enemies periodically. Single enemy can be hit up to a maximum of 30 times. I like periodically. That doesn't say how often it is, but there is a max of how many times. So I guess once you see the number disappear, you'll let go. Blaster is too much text to read. But I think it stayed the same. Get some overheat going. I don't even know how Blaster works, bro. That class is like an enigma to me. Too many hands required. Finishing blow changes. I think there was just some text. 6 times on 6 enemies, 92% chance to stun for 5 seconds with an additional 26% critical rate and 22% defense ignore. Yeah. Well, they added the passive. Reaper's Scythe damage increased by 50% points. Was you know, never complaining about getting some extra final damage on, or final damage percentage points, some extra damage on another skill. And then all of the cat daddy skills were augmented. Nice little provoke there. Provoke 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we mentioned that one before. Oh, a little more damage in the crossroad. Is that the same? That's not the same name in GMS, right? Crossroad? I don't think that's the name. A little bit more damage here in the Sonic Boom 6. I thought most of them were augmented. Maybe not this one. The bind? Oh yeah, bind was also increased by a little bit. I guess they were all a little bit underpowered, maybe. This one stayed the same. And then the Rampage one was increased a little bit, 40% points on 1100, so not a huge diff. Triangle formation, some new utility there with actually things flying around. Different change key, huge summons. I don't remember those changing, but I might be forgetting that. No, those seem very much the same. Yep. Okay. Mechanic. There was something added with mechanic. I thought. Was there not? No, it's just the text that's shifting down. Other than that, I think it's the same. Oh, you've got a smoke on-off toggle? Yeah, I guess that's true. Demon Slayers, I believe those attacks were released a little bit weaker. Or was there not a nerf? Oh no, wow, that just went... Oh yeah, here. Demon Awakenings, Enhanced Demon Slash damage is increased by... was 100% points, but that went down to 80% points. But other than that, I went through the same way. Except, well, the animation... Oh, they changed the animation! No, the Let's Go guy is gone. Now it's more like a crocodile than a demon. Oh, they changed it. RIP, Let's Go, yeah. I do like this effect more, that it looks like he's moving way faster. But I kind of like this brutish face of like... Rrr. I know it's just like... Guys, XQ5, why? Got some roar, baby. The Demon Explosion, we saw the animation change a lot for that. The damage... I thought the damage was changed a bit as well. But maybe I'm mistaken. Oh yeah, they added additional 60% crit rate and 205% point damage when attacking normal monsters. And the passive of Demon Impact 6's damage increased by 70% points. And Demon Chain's damage increased by 90% points. So, you know, they lost a little bit off of the... with the Demonic Sphere. Oh yeah, they got the new skill icon as well. Okay, this skill icon was a bit scuffed. But then they got a lot more with that one. Demon Avenger, did we get anything else? Pause champ? 980 damage 4 times, up to 4 enemies. Hey, up to 4 enemies, bro. Additional 30... Yeah, instead of 30% defense ignore, an additional 35% defense ignore. Wow, just what DA needed, more IED. He said... ironically. Okay. Kaiser stuff, Will of Swords. Billium of the Swords. I think that just all went through right the same way. Kane animation was changed quite a bit. From this to this. Skill, I think, stayed the same. Yeah, damage stayed the same. Yeah, stayed the same. Scatter shot. Did all of these stay the same? Or was there... I think most of the cane stuff just went through. There might have been minor adjustment here or there, but yeah, the tearing knife. Oh, that one looks cool. It's the same. Look at that HD animation right there. Cadena. Oh yeah, here this animation changed a little bit. Instead of all the pink on the ground, they put some smoke on the ground. Oh, and I think didn't they change the passive? Yeah. Instead of 10% final damage, it went up to 11. And the rest stayed the same. So Cadena is a Rejoice. AB, Soul Seeker. I think that all went through. 0. So Steve was enjoying that. At least I saw a video title that he liked very much how they look now. That it was cool. Thought it was cool looks. Oh, they lost. Oh no, it went from 2 times 1175 to 3 times 900. But a higher final damage reduction on multi-hit. Okay. So just a little bit better for mobbing. And then adjusted for bossing to not be too much better there. Same thing with the Rolling Assaulter. And the Kinesis had a lot of the animations change instead of these being these unfinished 3D renders. Which these totally look like placeholders now. Yeah, compared to this. These were like, we're not finished, just throw these in and just say it was an aesthetic choice. But actually, they were just not done with it. Psychic Grab. Psychic Goyle. There's a Harry Potter reference. Some of you got it. Damage severely increased here. From 510 3 times to 765 4 times. That's quite a bit extra. 1530 to 3000. At a bit. That's like double the damage. Yeah. Adele changes compared to Tespia. I think Adele, if I remember, Adele just like this animation changed, right? Went from like a wider, from like a higher animation to a little bit of a wider one. And they got rid of like the purple up top, the more pink up top, and they kept it more purple for the plummet skill. Ilium got like massive damage extra. I saw some Ilium doing some crazy damage. Blowing up our boy Hard Saren with this skill here. Glory Wings Mortal Wing Beat 6. Absolute destruction. 5 magic explosions deals 2200% damage 15 times on up to 15 enemies. And enhances Enchant Javelin's damage by 170% points. Massive. I don't think there were many changes to Kali. Oh, maybe an animation? Oh yeah, they changed some animations. Yeah, this one. And then they changed, so they added the red stripes here. And this one was changed quite a bit, yeah. So that's, it went from, I don't know, being more like rattlesnakey or something, to a little bit more just like a spiky weapon actually floating around. I think I like that change, honestly. But I imagine for every skill, whenever there's a rework like this, they have like 3 or 4 models for it, and they just pick whatever makes sense. For Arc, let's see if anything changed there. I actually care about this class. JK. Ventral Hate's damage increased by 420% points. I'm not sure how I feel about the skill icon. Because it has like this big eye, this big circle here, and if you look at the animation, there's like a bit of a circle like right there near the tip. I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be that feels like a focal point here, but I don't know. It's just me. It's just me, baby. Okay. Visual Hunger. But so the extra thing they added was a little bit of a lifesteal now on all of the skills. So you'll be able to more combat slight HP losing. And then for the this skill for Arc, they added Unstoppable Impulse and Tenacious Instinct damage increased by 250% points, so that's the dash, the diagonal dash. This skill, I feel like, looks pretty cool. Unbridled Chaos. Unbridled Chaos, I don't think changed, though. No. Okay, Lara. Ooh, what was it? Eruption skills damage is increased by 1% per 2%. Summon duration increase. Cooldown 0.3 seconds. And absorption skills final damage increased by 20%. Yeah. I remember now. That's pretty... They were like... The functionality of the skills is already so good. We don't want to make them like even bigger hitboxes or something. We're just going to blanketly just increase their damage. It looks cool though. Like the animation of the empowered one. Like, this fire guy who like poof just to like a little guy with a little mask is like it's pretty cute. I think most of this went through unchanged. Oh, a little bit extra damage here. Well, not a little bit, from 608 to 668. Hoyoung had some troubles in the beginning where actually enhancing made people's damage go down, so they had to readjust that. They readjusted mostly the color here of the skill, but then they changed the passive, I believe. Oh, and they, yeah, so the ground shattering wave damage went up from 590 to 750. It's a considerable difference. And the fan here, this one stayed the same, right? Yeah. But then we have the common changes, skill changes. And that is going to be closer to the changes that we read here. No, not here. Where did we read those? It was in this patch, was it? Oh, yeah, yeah. These changes. Yes. So we can copy. We can compare it to these ones. And see if they added anything extra here. Soleanus changes. Oh, looks like they did add something here. Some of the following skills sound effects did not play. Okay, don't care, really. Yeah, so Transcendence Rinse Prayer, final damage 7%, and additional hits damage has been increased from 250% to 330%. Of course, that is very nice for our 0 friends. We have no friends. And also been changed to certain additional hits activated by origin skills no longer apply skill usage limits. Oh, okay, this looks like a very small message added here, but that could actually have some decent effects on certain skills, so that's something to look out for. And here we see the adjustment of the critical rate. We see the adjustment of all of the lines of damage. If I don't see any difference between the last Tespia and this one, won't really address it. Some characters gained a little bit of critical damage as well. But it was mostly just a line readjustment for the people who were capping to make sure that they weren't missing out on damage. So if they were capping, they increased their damage by quite a bit. If you weren't capping on damage on hits, then you either lost a very little bit of damage or gained a little bit of damage, or it stayed roughly the same. So no change there for you. Seems like all these percentage, because they were just mathed out, didn't change in any way here from Tespia. I guess they might be readjusted more in the future, but I think even just between the last Tespia and the live server now, they are not changing. They added a change. The required skill condition will be specified for additional Blast 6. Gotcha. And these numbers, sorry, just juggling that. Those look the same as well. Night Lord. And then because the text was there, let me read. Yes, Shadower. All of this was just copied over. Okay, that's good to see. That means we can go through this pretty quickly, because we already went over all of this. And of course, as soon as I say that, some extra Buccaneer changes. Fist and Rage and Fist and Rage 6's skill descriptions have been changed. Serpent's Mark's duration has been increased to 30 seconds. Never a bad thing when a debuff just lasts longer, right? And then fixed, yeah, that's the same thing that they fixed. So the percentages here look like they went through the same way. Yep. And the Captain, which is a Corsair. You got the actually Unweaving Nectar doing something. Wow, instead of increasing the summon's final damage by 25% while active, which I thought was already kind of nice, it just now does increase summon's final damage by 50% while active. Okay. That feels like a... It already gave 25%? What, so it didn't do anything? Why does it say now increases if it already did that? Okay, that's just like a me misinterpreting, or me interpreting the words too literally, I guess. So maybe they meant to say it increases by 25 rather than it gives 25%. Scales better with the mastery. Okay. Well, still, it seems like no Corsairs are going to be unhappy with that. So here's the cannonball change. Oh, they dialed it back though. Instead of going up to 1800, they brought it back to 1690. Yeah, number of hits increase, but the total number of times you can be hit went down. So instead of let me just calc real quick. 825 times 4 times 40, 132,000. Oh shit, never mind. So they're taking quite, yeah, a bit of DPM away, but giving us quite a bit more burst, depending on how you fire them. Good thing that nerfed CM was getting out of hand, yeah. Well, it was a 70% final damage, but it was also like a nerf on some other things. Super Cannon Explosion. That went through same way. Mihail, a little bit extra final damage. Critical damage on the sword. Boost those Mihails, bro. Keep boosting them. Hell yeah. Those boys are keeping our boys alive. Crit rate changes. Nothing changed here. Wind Archer changed something. Issue where Trifling Wind's monster hit effect was displayed awkwardly sometimes. I love those things because I don't have to do anything with that because it's just like a little bit of a graphic thing. Nightwalker, Siphon, okay. This all went through. Oh, some extra Thunderbreaker stuff by the looks of it. Critically boost, and then Annihilate 6. The Lightning Strike related descriptions have been removed. Lightning Strike will now be displayed in the skill UI as a separate skill. Okay, okie dokie. Lightning damage change. No, 380, that went through. Feature has been added where if you attack enemies with the Lightning Brand with linked skills other than Sea Wave, Lightning Spear, Multi Strikes, Links attacks, or Thunderstorm Sea Wave, a Giant Thunderbolt will strike instead of a Lightning Strike. Thunderbolt being a Lightning Bolt, of course. The Giant Lightning Bolt deals 340% damage 5 times. Okay, and then Lightning Strike and a Giant Bolt will now apply additional 40% boss damage and 20% defense ignore. That went through. And then the Giant Thunderbolt's damage decreased from 380 to 340. That was removed. Okay. And then damage redoing on Aaron, damage redoing on Evan. Okay, that all just readjusted numbers. No changes to that. No changes, no changes. A little bit of extra changes here to Mercedes compared to the last Tespia notes. A notice has been added to Legendary Spear linked reinforces skill description that states it does not apply to Leap Tornado 6. Okay, oh no, that was removed. Oh wait, hang on, that was an old one. They added these two. Legendary Spear reinforcement has been added to the description. Legendary Spear linked reinforce effects does not apply to Legendary Spear. Oh, they put it on this skill instead. And they changed the skill icon for Ishtar's Ring 6. They kind of like dropped it out of frame. I don't know if I like that. And then Unfading Glory, that should just be the lines being readjusted, and that probably went through. Oh, fixed an issue where sometimes the Spirit King's manifestation enhanced attack activated twice. Okay, no tomfoolery here, Mercedes. Phantom. Oh, and a Joker fixed an issue where the Hourglass cooldown reduction effect did not apply to party members. Okay. And then the number. There we go. The percentages readjusted just as before. Shade critical rate changed and taken the critical rate away from the other skill. Skill icon has changed for weakness insight. Oh, they just took that part up top away and then moved it a little bit up. It looks a little bit naked now, in my opinion. It's like there's so much empty space up top. Okay. And then readjustment of the percentages. Demon Slayer, some extra changes. What is this? Evil Torture, the critical rate boost when attacking enemies inflicted with stun, blind, freeze, slow, or binds has been removed, and the skill now increases critical rate. Okay, so they just took away the conditional of the critical rate. They just want everyone to be able to get to 100% critical rate with somewhat of the same... Oh no, it was just moved. Ha! Easy clap. It was moved from up there to down there. That's why it was in a different spot. Nice. You got me, Max. You got me with that one. You were checking if I'm still paying attention. Also, me switching Control 1, Control 2 like a few hundred times. Gonna have to make sure that I don't carpal tunnel myself in my hand. Holy shit. Oh yeah, tomorrow MMT for accessories, emblems, and... Oh god, was it hearts? I think it was. Oh, I can literally read it in the chat right now. Accessories, emblems, hearts, and rings, because, you know, rings are not accessories otherwise, unless mentioned specifically, apparently. Crit changes. A lot of crit for the DAs. Percentages changed, and the skill description has been changed for Requiem. Please, did you make it shorter, because it has a long-ass skill description. Revolving Cannon Upgrade 3 skill description has been slightly changed, and the percentages have stayed all the same. Okay. Doesn't seem like they've touched any of those readjusted percentages. Ooh, let me... there we go. Oh, I was trying to... By saying it, I was trying to see if the very next skill would be changed, but it wasn't, though. Provoke. The duration has been increased to 30 seconds, and increased in... fixed an issue, sorry, where... Increased an issue, hopefully not. Fixed an issue where sometimes provoke was not applied to enemies within range. Huh. Let's see if that changes the gameplay for Wild Hunters a bit. Something was changed here, though, to Nature's Belief. Soul Resonance range has been increased by about 21%. 21%? Alright. Wild Hunters rejoice. Wild Hunters stonks. Mechanic. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. Ground zero. You're already down here, right? With all the same numbers. Yeah, but there were some additional changes here. The damage on advanced... Oh, wait. Mechanic nerf? AO? The skill has been improved so that it can multi-target even while riding Metal Armor Human. The final damage reduction while riding Metal Armor Tank has been removed, and the damage has been decreased. Oh, yeah, okay. They just increased the utility and then adjusted the damage for that. Damage decreased on the Advanced Homing Missile 500 to 300%, and Homing Missile final damage reduction during this skill has been removed. Just yeah. And then you also shoot a lot of those rockets, I think, during Metal Armor Full Burst, right? Skill now increases Homing Missile's final damage by 67% during this skill, and fix an issue where the cast effect... Just to work out the well, not the inconsistencies, but like the differences in damage in the different modes, is what it looks like. Oh, this is additional. Fix an issue where the effect was not visible for a moment after deploying. Fix an issue where the effect was not displayed properly to other characters that entered the map. Okay. Wait, so that lob... Oh, that's just... Okay, okay. The readjustment of the damage. The reinforced airframe's reactivation cooldown has been increased from 0.9 seconds to 1.8. That's probably in response to the airframe's attack interval being decreased across the board. They didn't want all the attacks to be attacking twice the normal rate. That's what it looked like. Okay, Kaiser. That's just the damage readjustment that went through the same way. Kane. Annihilation is mentioned first now because it's... Oh, the other one is just extra. What is this? Fix an issue with this blessing effect sometimes appeared awkwardly. Fix an issue with the images when hovering over certain skills sometimes appeared awkwardly, and the changes are as follows. Okay. Good fixes, I guess. Don't make it awkward. Nothing was added or changed to Annihilation compared to test server. Okay, Cadena. The skill cast effect has been changed on weapon variety finale. Okay, big change. And attack range increased by about 62%. Hit everything now. And fix an issue where professional agent's explosion was not activated properly on Massacre. Gotcha. Okay. They're on their job. A lot of nice fixes here. Fix it where the icons were awkward. Sure thing. And then the damage readjustment again for this skill. For like the 4th time in the month that the skill has existed. Oh, and a slight... This is the one actual change to damage I've seen here now. Between the last Tespia and this one. So the cheering balloons created during the skill's damage has been increased from 425 to 673, and here it says increased from 395 to 673. Oh, so the base number has changed, but the number it went to has not changed. Okay, so it hasn't really changed. It was just a check on the patch before. Okay. Fix some extra issues with 0 skills. Okay. I imagine with so much stuff going on, so much stuff can go wrong as well. Percentages went through. Ego weapon changes went through. When could Giga Crash changes went through. And then the Chrono Trigger... Yep, all just regular copy paste over. Kinesis. Fix an issue where using Psychic Smashing would sometimes activate the attack twice. Okay, something... It's not the first time we heard that. Something weird cooking there. And then the attack range has been decreased by about 57% on another realm. Ooh. That's actually... That's kind of big. Damn, I guess they didn't like how much of the map that was hitting. It does have to aim now. The created other source trajectory effect has been changed for infinite. It's Infinity Blade for us, I think, right? And then the numbers kept the same, of course, for Maestro. For Sanbon Sakura Kageyoshi. Numbers copied for Ilium. Nothing between the last Tespia and this one. Kali fixed issues where sometimes Void Rush or Blitz did not cancel Chakram Sweep. Okay. It's good that they found that. Sandstorm numbers adjustment copied over. Arc, I saw at least one small change here. Fix an issue where Grievous, using Grievous while in the air would not display the effect to other characters. Okay, nobody cares about that. Numbers readjusted, 1101%, 68 times. That's not gonna not trigger some people forever. Yeah, so way more damage on Surging Spirits. And we were like, oh, that's so nice. And then the Blooming Flower World's like, oh, never mind. The Vein Energy, the Earth, yeah, whatever. But the damage on Blooming Flower World. There's something else that was changed, right? Wait, was it not this? 64. I can't math that quickly. 64 times 1385. Yeah, instead of 108,000 damage, it only does 88,000. Or 108,000%, it only does 88,000% here on that final explosion. So you have to get more of your damage DPM-wise for Surging Spirit instead. And here's where they fixed the Ho-Young stuff. Oh, look at all these cool-ass new animations and shit. Ho-Young also too complicated for my small brain. Too much stuff going on here. Lots of numbers, lots of skills. Ho-Young's eat your heart out. Look at all the pretty stuff. Look at all these shiny. Look at all the shiny things, dude. With the, like the lightning strikes and everything. Look at that. There's like a regular skill that you can use. Damn. Got like a little bit of a spider web in the middle there. Cool stuff, cool stuff. And then the adjustments of the numbers. Nice. Then improvements. In-game image changes. What? Really? The way he's holding his... He's double fisting it now? Was he double fisting it? What is the old one? What is the new one? Okay. Certain actions for NPCs have changed. Did they make AI draw this finger, by the way? Look at how it, like, gets super thin here and then, like, sticks it. They didn't change that. You redid the picture and you didn't change that? Did they just move her like like a millimeter to the right? They just made her face like a millimeter wider. And they close her right hand. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Is this because the person who worked on this was like the pinch hand angelic buster person? So they had to change it just enough to be different? Instead of him aiming the arrow, he's just fired the arrow. Okay, gotcha. Are they closing hands because it looks like it's a pinchy hand? Oh, this kind of looks like... Oh no, I get it now. Oh god. Everything that even slightly looks like it could be pinchy hand. Oh my... Okay. I kind of get it, but that's also like really, really... really petty. I see it, yeah, but... If you see... Like, if you're seeing something everywhere, it's because you have, like, internalized that thought about yourself. It's not that everyone else is doing it. Right? We're all doing it? Yeah, here. Here you go, Korea. Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. Which ones did they change here? Does this look like pinching hands? Because... No, it's a hoof, right? Does this look like a pinching hand? Surely not Zakum, right? Yeah. They moved his finger like half an inch to the right. Because it might maybe look like a pinchy finger. Oh no. I got it though. I saw it. I seen it. Everything else is the same, right? Yeah, it's this right here. This Change to this. Wow. Good stuff. Why are we doing those changes? Okay, so there was someone who worked on Angelic Buster animations who was very vocal in other publications and in other projects that they worked on about feminism, but like the worst kind of feminism, where it's basically misandry, where it's like anti-man stuff. And apparently they use like this icon to like signify men being insecure about their manhood and like small PP basically. And because they found out that that person worked on animations in MapleStory and the new Angelic Buster stuff, that kind of put the whole Angelic Buster re-release in like a really bad light. Because the people cared a lot about that, and that's why a lot of the videos and like the Angelic Buster patch notes and stuff are no longer visible and have been taken offline because that person worked on those animations. And furthermore, they made it so that so now they found that there was a lot of art, maybe not necessarily that person worked on, but they paid some intern, or maybe not paid, unpaid intern, to go through all the art in the game to make sure that anything that even remotely looked maybe like a pinchy finger, that they got rid of that essentially. Yeah, I've been thinking we should do some merch with just like the pinchy hand or something. Yeah. Damn, not putting a space for the emotes. Rookie mistake. Okay. Wait, surely this doesn't look like... This is just holding it. Oh, okay. It... You know what this sounds like? What this looks like more? Is like when you're standing up and you're doing like this. You're like doing this. And then if somebody looks at it, you can slap them. It kind of... that's kind of more like what it looks like he's doing. And as soon as you see his hand, his face, you'd go like... All right, well, what does this right hand look like? Oh, yeah. I see it. It's right there. Yeah, well, this is a good example of this is what your time gets spent on when you do everything that your community wants. Okay, to be fair, Damien is not doing this. Damien is doing this. This is a positive. Maybe this is the before and this is the after picture. Like he is doing this. Like his fingers are aside from each other. If anything, he's like showing some girth right here. But okay, now he's just fisting it. Now he's just... Is this the... is that the new emotion? Bro, really? Just this? Just this is like the same as this now? Come on. This is so ridiculous. At least they made the cape more wavy. Look at that. Ooh, animated. It's animated, guys. Look at how fast he's shooting. Now, this is how you know it's not a real marksman. He's shooting way too fast. Slowest attack speed in the game. Following skill effects have been changed. Oh my god. You've got to be fucking shitting me. Is this real? Are you... No way. And they didn't change this one? Isn't this the same then? What? I'm such a... Jesus Christ. See, I'm all about the cause, but let's pick the right causes here, okay? Okay, well, now that we got that super important stuff out of the way, I guess I can't relate, because I have a giant penis, alright? I can't relate. I would never be offended. It's like the whole thing when people get really upset about, like, black people get really upset about the N-word, and then you call a white person cracker, and they're like, Yeah, this doesn't change my day. This doesn't change my life at all. We're just not impacted by it, right? So you just can't... I can't relate in that level. So if they felt very strongly about that, and they fought for that cause, and they got it changed, good for them. You stand for it. Okay. This all just went through. Cool. Elite bosses are coming back. They will be instanced, right? And if you leave the map, then they're gone. Yeah. And they changed the prefixes a little bit to make it easier for some monster collection. Gloom hitbox increased by 40%. So that you can, you know, kind of like hit him when you're standing on the ground rather than having to jump attack. Because a lot of it was unfair to a lot of classes. Blockbuster changes, basically just cleaning up the storyline a bit. Did they add some extra stuff here? Following Maple Metals, acquisition conditions have been changed. Okay, yeah, Maple Metals. Not what the most people care about here. UI changes. Maple Legion UI. Yeah. Using stuff right out of the bags. Oh. When using Rebirth Flames, after the items in the used location are all consumed, the ones inside bags will be used first. Yeah, okay. So if you're using a stack outside of a bag first, then that is going to be used up first before you go to inside the bag. Scrolls, yeah. Now directly... Yeah. Okay, the art... Boss entry UI has been improved. Did that all just go through? That all just went through. Nice, nice, nice. Pet loot ignore up to 30 items, right? Instead of 10 per character. Yep. Copied over. Yep, cock. Yeah, switching your outfit while keeping your damage bonus from other pieces. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, hang on. Let's shift it a bit here. There we go. That all went through the exact same way. Inner ability resetting has been improved. That all went through as well. Emotes went through the same way. Oh, Mets Market has a screenshot now. But it was the same. Okay, so you can see what it will look like. Okay, there we go. Cool, nice little addition. Error fixes. Oh no, they added something else. For items with a monthly purchase limit, information regarding the time when the limit's reset has been added. Good! For our Erdup booster. Kaling. Yeah, the small changes fixing those problems where things were stacking. Quest, achievements, items, maps, UI, Legion artifact is all memes. We're not looking at that, and that's probably the end of the old patch notes. Yes. So now we're... Oh, well, I guess I'll keep that open to add it to the description of the video. And then the actual events. Lacaline in a Dream, Protective Masks Identity. Okay. This art is definitely not going to get taken out of context whatsoever. That's cool. Lacaline Winter Feast Tea Party event will run from January 18th to February 21st, so that's a 5-week event. This event is available to all characters level 101 or higher. Alright, we've got the Angry Plate. What are these guys called? They've got spoons now instead of knives and forks, which are way more rounded and friendly, and they've got a cat mask on, so you know they're friendly. Alright, kill monsters near your level. Oh, we've got the Beauty and the Beast set. We've got the waiter coming in with an étagère of cupcakes and sweets. Oh my god, he's got the high quality étagère with the empowered effect. Look at that. Yeah, they went as close to Beauty and the Beast here. I think if they gave one of these cups like a little chip, then they would have gotten sued. How many more years until Beauty and the Beast is free IP, guys? Steamboat Uno, Steamboat Willie's up there. Angry Victory Plate, yeah. Mini tea time will acquire extra large amount EXP. A light tea time and attack multiple enemies. Yep. Skill activated up to a combined total of 30 times per day per character. What does it say combined total? Oh, because it's 2 different skills. Yeah. Okay. You can deactivate it. Runes, priorities. Yeah, that's the same that they always put in there. Like Night Dream, Midnight Dream Catcher Season 2. What is that? He changed, man. The party isn't over yet. The ragdoll who wants to play more, but whose eyelids are too heavy. Fight off the drowsiness, defeat bad monsters, and receive large amounts of experience. Is that a Punch King thing? What is this? After entering Midnight Dreamcatcher, all buffs will be removed, and you acquire the exclusive buff skill Dreambreaker. 400% EXP, 50 weapon magic attack, 30% normal monster damage, 30% crit rate, 30% critical damage, 50 also 2,500 HP and MP. Oh. Alright, little chonky Triceratops dragon here. You have 50 minutes to defeat 1,000... Oh, okay, 1,000 monsters, but you won't be able to smuggle all your buffs in there. Okay, so more controlled environment for getting EXP. Gotcha. Alright, so a little daily storehouse thing. Was it daily? Hang on. One time per day per world on a single character up to 3 times per week. Okay, so same energy as now. Okay. This one up to 260. Yeah, you really don't want to use these things past 260 anyway. You want to just squeeze out all the extra free levels on low level characters, you know? Get that Legion up to 8k, get it towards 10k, honestly. Then Monster Arcade Season 2. Ooh, what do we have here? Run from December 21st. Oh, that's already running to March 20th. Jesus. Is it just like different mini games? Yeah, depending on the date, it's just so there's a different rotation of mini games. Gotcha. Superpowered Yutenori. Dude, all Yute should just die in a ditch. This game is just beyond cancerous. It's 100% RNG and there's no skill involved. You could just randomly roll the perfect dice on one turn and destroy your entire opponent who's been ahead the whole time, or you can be ahead the whole time and then your opponent just randomly just... This is just not good. This is worse than Monopoly in terms of like breaking people's families apart. It's horrible. Up and down seesaw, like going up and down? Hell yeah. This is to practice star catching until you get your enhancement room in your guild castle. Monster Arcade Collection rewards. Ooh, what is that? Ah, that's for getting a total amount of points. If you complete various achievements for each minigame, you can see the following rewards. Ooh, look at that. Oh, these look kind of cool, actually. This outfit is not bad. Chair is pretty cool, yeah. You're like a galaxy inside of a marble kind of thing. Gold Richie's Secret Safe. Oh, we have another one of these. With some crazy rewards. No doubt, no doubt. Alright, what are rewards this time? Ooh. What are these chairs? What are these chairs? Purple with a diamond up top instead of gold? Oh, look at that. What is that? Ticket. Gold Richie's mask voucher. Oh, that's just his head. So you can run around looking like Gold Richie. Can be put into storage, expires in 10 days. No, it's not permanent. Winning password selection. Okay, show us. Regular worlds. The interactive worlds. For us, starting from the smallest non-duplicate number, the 60 smallest numbers. Oh, okay. And starting from the smallest non-duplicate number for the diamond safe, the 30 smallest numbers. And in in Reboot. What is Reboot again? What are we called again? Not interactive worlds. Competitive worlds? No. Heroic world, sorry. The small non-typical numbers, the 8th smallest. Okay, so the prices must have gone way down then as well. Yeah, 200 special medals of honor, 50 extreme growth potions, 200 black flames, 10 magnificent lucid souls, 5 selected symbol vouchers, 15 inkwell coins in Reboot. Wait, why don't we get selective symbol vouchers on Reboot? Why do we get Mezzo instead? What? Like people don't need symbols? 5 selective Soul Urda fragment vouchers, 15 inkwell coins. Cringe. Oh, but then they have the... Wait, huh? Oh, that's the golden safe, and then the diamond safe has like the old stuff. Pets, vouchers... One day where there's one Karma 22 Star Force and Huntsman Scroll. I guess we'll up to... Depending on the server, up to like 60 people will get it. Was only 8 in Reboot? Because they don't want people in Reboot. They want everyone to go to non-Reboot and get better chance of winning there. Because they make way more money per user on average in non-Reboot versus Reboot. It's just blatantly just trying to move people back over. Like, it might very well easily be that if they move over, like... That like an average user spent like $50 per user per year more on Reboot than on non-Reboot than on Reboot. So if they could move like 5,000 people over, you know, then they make like $250,000 more. It's like worth to do these things. Gotta give Mezzo for Reboot because they'll need it. Yeah. Galina's Tomato Festival. Oh, there's the turkey with the tomato. There it is. All right, what is it doing? Is it gonna throw it? Galina. Yeah, Galina means... That means turkey, right? Because those are like the monsters in Lachaline. Well, they're pretty plucked and dead there, but... you can enter the battle map. You have 2 minutes to attack the frozen tomatoes and acquire points. There is a total of 6 stages. Okay. Well, it seems... relatable, up to 1150 points, so that's our Punch King event. Probably with a big chungus of EXP again for one... experience rewards can be received by 1 character per week per world. Oh, 1 per week per world. Okay, instead of 3. Hey, if it's 3 times the EXP compared to now, but you only have to do it once a week, I'm all for it. Having to do the Punch King, the Coconut Punch King 3 times a week is a little much, in my opinion. The turkey is pinching. Oh, but you can't really see. But yeah, he is holding the he's holding the tomato like that. Oh no, they immediately fucked up again. Also, would you say that the green like crown on this tomato is kind of like, doesn't it kind of look like it's pinching? Dude, if that weapon aura skill effect is pinching, this thing is hella pinching, okay? Come on, that weapon aura change, that's wild. You have to agree with me. That weapon aura change where it's like the little thingy and there was one right underneath it that did the same thing and it didn't change that one. Come on, bro. Who was part of the committee that oversaw that? Dude, you bet that meeting was like, do we really have to do this? Yeah, we really have to do this. It's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous, but we have to do this. New name auction. Oh, you can get a baby tomato riding voucher or a perfect tomato riding voucher. Yo, is it perfect because it's bigger? Oh my god, they're size shaming. Okay, sorry. Maple Point auction. You could trade up to 5 names at a time. Yeah, I'm not going to be worried about that. But yeah, you could just throw the name in, throw it in for a certain price, and then see. Of course, it's called auction, but I don't think it's actually an auction. Like, I don't think you get to put in a bid. You either buy it or you don't, right? You need to first pay 15k Maple Points and choose a different available character name to change your current one to, and then you choose the minimum price you want to list at. We also need to pay the 5% deposit fee. You'll get this back if the IGN sells, but if it doesn't, you won't get it back. Once the IGN is up, the other players can bid. Oh, they can bid. Okay, never mind. Take it back. Can bid on it until the auction time ends. If at least one person bid on it, the highest bidder will win the IGN. Their character's name will be changed to that name, and you will receive your Maple points minus a 30% commission fee. Whoo! Steep. Okay. And then they have a cash up transfer event and some sunny Sundays that they don't know yet. Oh, looks like they didn't make it a habit of giving them more sunny Sundays ahead of time. Yeah, so again, in Korea, like, they don't show their sunny Sundays until they're already that very Sunday. So they don't even... It's actually kind of wild that they don't show the January 21st one. That's a little wild. Double the daily limit of dance fragments acquired from Monster Arcade. That's the standard one during this. Alright, so that's chapter 2 of Korea's Dreamer event, and what looks like it will probably be our summer event with a lot of snowflakes and stuff in the background. So can't wait to see how they're going to rebrand that for us, because, you know, being 6 months behind, but the events being seasonally themed. Turkey in the middle of summer with fresh tomato and snowflakes. I don't know. And like snow everywhere. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll see. Probably everyone working over at North America is like, oh boy, that's going to be another great thing that we can be working on. So that's all of those skill changes, events coming, all of those memes. That's live in Korea right now. So most of this stuff, dare I say all? Yeah, I would say all of this stuff, pretty much, we can expect in GMS in about 6 months from now. In about 6 months. About 6 months from now. Not in 6 months from now. That's a contamination. We don't do this. Right. So I'm just going to think about these things, and look forward to another video about another test server in Korea very soon. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.